Hello everybody, my name is Dimebot. Welcome to Ori and the Blind Forest. This is a brand new Metroidvania game that has come out for PC and Xbox One. Now, for those not familiar with the term, Metroidvania refers to a game in the style of Legend of Zelda, Metroid, Castlevania. Basically, the idea is that you are given a relatively open world to explore, and progress is gated by the acquiring of new powers. So, for example, you might see that I can double jump. I did not have this ability to begin with, and once I gained it, it's opened up all sorts of traversal options. So, let's talk about Ori and the Blind Forest for a minute, if I can avoid dying. That's going to be a tricky jump. So you play as Ori, which is this little fellow here. He is a guardian spirit that fell from the Tree of Light, and he was adopted by a bear-like creature in the forest. And then there was a tragedy, and she died. And Ori is attempting to basically restore the forest. So there are a variety of temples. We have... looks like I'm going to have to do that again. We have already cleared the first one, the water temple. It was actually the tree of something. At any rate, we have cleared that particular one and gained access to that nifty power I'm using right there, which allows me to kind of use enemies and their fire to jump. So, quite some imaginative power-ups in the game. And we're gonna die. Let's go ahead and get out of this area real quick. As you may see, this is a game that does love to kill you. I do want that ability point. So the controls for this, I am playing with a Xbox controller. Very simple, very tight. A to jump, X for your attacks, Y for that special ability I'm using. And of course, stupidity to die. So we'll go this way and come back to that. This game does feature a full map. Let's take a look at that. So we are currently heading towards the Misty Woods. So we need to find that particular seal. As you can see, I've already explored just a lot of the game, and it's really quite big. Even the map is beautiful. The art style for this game, very unique, very pretty. Everything is animated just amazingly. And I'm having a terrible time. I chose the worst place to save ever. And for anybody that might be going, God, why would they put a save point here? They didn't, I did. You place your own save points in this game, and you're going to need to save often. But back to the animation. So Ori is animated absolutely beautifully. Just all the little various animations with the running, the jumping, just little touches like the way he clings to walls, the spin when you double jump, beautiful lighting effects like that area of effect explosion that I have access to. We're going to save right here. So this is a map stone. You unlock these to gain access to new areas on the map, to see them rather. And here comes the big baddie of the game, Kuro. So obviously this is a beautiful looking game. How does it play? How does it feel? I've put in several hours on a stream yesterday, and just kind of talk about how it feels. We get to show off one of our new powers here as well. So we have this ground pound. This can be used for pounding switches, opening up doors such as that. So let's go ahead and hop down there. The game, it plays great. The controls feel tight. They feel polished. Anytime that I've died, I often have felt like it's my fault and not the game's. It has a lot of little interesting tricks that you can do, such as firing this guy's own shots back at him. Other things we could do, such as ground pounding this guy. it's very hard to ground pound him. I think we'll just settle for detonating him instead. There we go. Combat is very smooth. Most of the attacks are actually handled with the X button, some stuff with the Y. But the combat, it never feels frustrating. It feels tight, feels responsive. You have this nice area around Ori that allows him to attack. So, and here we go. One of the pickups in the game. So there are a variety of pickups. There are items that will refill your blue bar over there, the blue gauges on the left side of my HUD down there. And those will allow me to use abilities such as that charge up attack more often. There's the right side, which is our health, and then there's also the ability point system, which we'll use in just a moment. One thing that's also important about that blue gauge is in order to create a soul link, which is this game's equivalent of a save, you do have to have a full point available. So I'm currently looking to find one without dying, and we're in a tricky spot here. And there we go, we died. So, of course, we're going to see this again. I will try to get through that without dying like an idiot this time. So they force a bit of a risk-reward strategy. You can use your power-up attack, which I was using earlier, that area of effect, to clear out some monsters, but it does eat up those blue orbs, and if you have no orbs, then you can't create a soul link, and you can't save your game. And this is a game, as I've mentioned, that really does like to punish you for not paying attention, so you do need to save often. So it's kind of a little bit of a management game there between keeping your blue orbs and making sure that you also get your attacks off. We may just avoid this guy. Yeah, I'm just going to avoid him. Go back and grab this again. Now, one of the reasons I want to show you guys the power-up system with the ability points is because there is a massive tree here that you can use to customize Ori. It's actually a really nice thing to see in this kind of game. It adds a little bit of depth to the standard Metroidvanias thing where you collect a set number of weapon power-ups and mobility power-ups in a set order in order to progress through a progression the developers have set up for you. This also allows you to tailor Ori to your playstyle. Now we can soul link and save, and we can also access our ability tree. So as you can see, there's 3 different trees here. This one is more combat focused, allowing you to charge up your flame burn, which is that area of effect attack. There's ultra bash, it allows you to bash through enemies. Here we've got life efficiency, markers, spirit magnet, which makes orbs float to me. We've got rekindle, which shortens the soul link timer. I have regroup, which when I create a soul link, it restores 1 life cell, having the cost of that. Now what I'm shooting for is water breath, which allows me to breathe in clean water. So we need to get Ultra Soul Link, which is also very useful because it restores 2 life cells when I save. Now, you'll notice that as we're going up the tree, these cost more ability points. So managing your ability points and how you spend them to customize them for suit your playstyle is going to be a big deal. But also, if you see all these glowing yellow orbs, these are ability point orbs. So they won't fill the meter entirely, but they will fill a good chunk of it. So hunting them down is also part of the collection aspect of the game. That was a good example just of the sheer mobility that that Ori has. Let's see, did that save? Yes, that saved. So he is fragile. You know what? We could swim now, so this area used to be all dirty water, but has since been cleaned out once we cleared that first temple and restored the spirit. Now, even the power-ups in this game are given a narrative tie-in. They are the spirits of fallen guardians such as yourself that were fighting against the villain while Ori was off doing something I won't spoil at the beginning of the game's story, but there is a contextual reason for them being there, and it adds a bit of melancholy and a bit of depth to the storytelling. And speaking of the storytelling, everything in this game, story-wise, is told through narrative voiceover by the tree and your spirit, the little blue ball that's following me around, and it's done quite well. It's delivered in kind of a gibberish language, but it's also told through, at the same time, through subtitles on the screen, and they fit in very well. It really it does make you care about the story of this game and the characters in this world. So I found myself really invested in the story very quickly within the first 5 to 10 minutes of the game. It just really drew you in. There we go. This game is very much about teaching you to use your different mobility options to get where you want to go. There we go, we found an ability cell, so this is just flat out giving us another ability point. So if you explore, you'll pick up ability points quite quickly. So let's talk about the dungeons very quickly. So they are large, they are impressive visually, and both in terms of the gameplay that is incorporated into them. The first one that we had, that we played on stream, saw us having to quickly go through a series of teleporters using our double jump mechanic to make sure that we did not fall into the masses of spikes that were built around it as we went. And it was really a challenge. There's another special aspect to dungeons I'll touch on, but these energy doors, these are reliant on you having enough of the blue cells to open. Now, I have enough cells, I believe. Yes, I just don't have them all full right now. So if we can fill it right here, I should be able to go back and open this door, unless I miscounted. But these doors are usually going to have something hidden behind them that you want, something tasty. Like that. Another ability cell. Now if I wanted to, I could go back up top and reuse that save point, which I may just do, or I could find a save well, which is a set save point the game provides for you that refills all of your health and all of your ability energy. So, nice little touch. Later, sucker. Oh! What's that up there? So you can see typical Metroidvania style. I've been to this area several times, and even as I come back with new abilities, I still see stuff that I would very much like to explore. Don't know if we can make that jump quite yet. Yep. So, one thing I do particularly love about this game is the double jumping mechanic. It is a true double jump. You can delay it, you can change directions. So it's very useful. I'm going to head this way. Just in general, I really, really appreciate the art style of this game. This is a, well, we can save here. There we go. And let's create the soul link real quick and take a look at our ability points. Ultra Bash I would like, but I do think I want Ultra Spirit Magnet to maximize the pickups I get, because you do absorb the orbs from enemies that give you access to the that fill up your ability point meter. So, and that takes care of that guy. Something up there looks like another ability point. Let's see if we can use this guy to get up there. Not quite. One thing I've been hoping for is an ability that'll let us kind of deal with those underhanging ledges a little bit, because Ori does not do curves. So they've quite cleverly placed them to block you in a lot of areas, which I'm fine with, because that's just a function of a Metroid-style game. As you can see, we're moving out into uncharted territory. So one thing I'll be looking for is a oops, another map piece fragment. There are also doors that require you to get fragments to advance. They are usually part of a set progression, and that ability to breathe underwater is very handy right here. So there's lots of little touches too. If you look at the way Ori breaks the surface of the water, or if I use this attack in certain areas that have large pools of water, you'll see that it actually causes the water to ripple. Let's head down and see what we got. Oh, okay. Is this a timed? It appears to be. Nope, not going to try that. So the game loves to throw new mechanics at you. I've seen some very interesting ideas where I had to direct an energy shot from an enemy through an area of a level. Ooh, just made it. And get it to hit a certain point. It was very, very well done. Very fun to play. And that is an energy cell, so that has upgraded our amount of energy we can use for our abilities now, which will make it easier for me to create soul links and the like. So this area was solely here for us to grab that upgrade, so exploring is heavily rewarded. So you might be asking yourself, Digm, should I pick up Ori The Blind Forest? Well, so far I would have to say yes, absolutely. This game is gorgeous, it's fun to play, it has a wide array of power-ups, and it just feels like a nice throwback to the older days of gaming, with some truly great games come to mind when I think about this game and the way it plays. Super Metroid, Castlevania, particularly Symphony of the Night. Just fantastic games. This game really draws a lot from them, but with really unique art design, fantastic character design, and some truly unique power-ups. So it is available on Steam right now, or if you're an Xbox One owner, it is available on Xbox One. So I would highly recommend picking it up, and I would also highly recommend not dying like I just did. Thanks for watching, guys. Be sure to hit the subscribe button. You can follow me on Facebook and Twitter. My name is Dimebot. Later.